Is what? Say again.
Is what we're learning meant to lead to an instant change or no?
Is what we're learning meant to make an instant change in your davening? No. Nothing happens instantaneously. This is hard work. And I just want to explain one thing we're doing. We want to make the change we want to make an effect is this. You know how there's things that you want in life, like to be, what do you want most? What would you say you want most? I want to be happy. It's probably the number one. There's a lot of things we want, but I want to be happy. I want to feel good. And then there's what Hashem wants. One sec. Hashem wants you to daven every day, and he wants you to do a lot of mitzvahs, 613 of them, and he wants you to learn Torah every day, and he wants you to overcome your Yetzer Hara and do a lot of stuff that he wants you to do. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could align what Hashem wants with what we want, and what we want became what Hashem wants, and what Hashem wants became what we want? That would be pretty cool, no?
Doesn't a lot of it automatically?
It doesn't automatically nothing. Nothing happens automatically. What we're going to see is that if you work hard on your davening, what Hashem ultimately wants is the same as what you want. Yes, that's correct. And what's amazing is when you get the two to align. It's true, Hashem is giving you all this to make you happy. And the best way to make you happy is by doing what he wants. So when you align what he wants with what you want, poof, success. Yes.
You're going to ask this at the beginning of the next class about how all these feelings that we're trying to cultivate and whatever, how we get that through the actual words themselves.
Right. So let's do a little bit of vocabulary today, because davening is mindfulness through the words of davening. So let's see how we can actually work our way into davening, right? How to feel the davening. I'm going to focus today on a pasuk in Tehillim, Kuf Lamed Tes, chapter 139. And the pasuk says as follows, okay? Write it down, we'll refer back to it again and again. Achor v'kedem tzartani. Achor, backwards, v'kedem, and frontwards. Tzartani, you created me. Hashem, you created me backwards and forwards. Which means, when Adam was created, he looked at the world around him, and he felt, his initial feeling was, whoa, there's so much going on over here. I'm such a little nothing. I'm so meaningless. I'm so powerless. His initial reaction was to feel how useless he is. Right? Why? Because everyone else is bigger than me and everything else precedes me. So how important can I be? And he didn't feel any kind of value in himself. Sad. But then he thought to himself, one second. On the other hand, you ever gone to a wedding and being the first one to arrive? You go to a friend's wedding and you come in on time or, fashionably late, and you discover you're the first one there. It's awkward to be the first one there. Why? Because, look, what should I do? You want to walk into a wedding, right? And you want to feel like there's people there and it's happening, and you walk in and it's already happening. Chassan and Kala most certainly do not want to walk into the actual dancing, be the first one there. They want to walk in when everybody's already ready and the whole place is, and we're now announcing for the first time ever. And you get Chassan and Kala walking in. It feels so good to be there when there's people there before. So Adam was created and he said, wow, so good. But I'm not the first one here. I feel happy to know that there's a bunch of other beings before me. He felt good about that. Great. And then he looked back and said, but it's so tough. There's so many beings around me. These animals are so much stronger than me. And wow, and how am I going to survive in this Gashmias? The brute force of physicality is so much more powerful than me. So he felt small. And then he jumped back to the other thought, which is, but it's all there for me. And if I use my brain, I can control all of it. I'm the only one who has free choice and can control. Oh my gosh, but it's so difficult. And he kept on jumping and wavering from Ocher to Kedem to Ocher, backwards and forwards and forwards and backwards. And he said, Ocher v'Kedem tzartoni, I'm nothing, I'm everything, I don't know. That's how Adam felt. And ever since that day, when Adam Harishon was created, we humans have always felt that way. We vacillate and we jump from one to the other. One moment there, the next moment over there. And if you pay attention to what goes on in your life, what you'll discover is that it's all in the head. Now, notice one thing. You cannot control anything in the world. You have absolutely zero control on anything that happens out there. Is that true or not? You have no control on what happens in the world. You have control of one thing and one thing only. What is that? You control yourself, how you feel, how you react to whatever happens. That's the only thing you control. You control your emotions, not your initial emotion. You don't control your initial feeling. You control how you choose to feel about it. Or more correctly, how you choose to think you feel about it. Thought, speech, and action. Tanya 101. Always used to bother me, something about Tanya, that the whole book is about controlling your emotions and controlling your intellect and controlling your thought, speech, and action. I'm like, that's great if you care to control your own self. But what if I'm an ambitious person? What if I want to just do stuff in life? What if I want to build a business and an enterprise and have a family and do all good things and that? Where does it say that in the Tanya? Why does he not speak about that at all? But I want to control it. So why don't you teach me how to do things amazing in life? It's not about your capabilities. He's teaching you how to do it. The way to get what you want out of life is always, but always, by successfully controlling your own little being. Here's why. Hashem responds to what you are. So, right, when you label Hashem Chanun, gracious, you draw out of Hashem graciousness. When you label Hashem compassionate, Rachum, you draw out compassion. By contrast, when you're sad, you draw out sadness. It's not about what you say, Hashem, you're Rachum, you're Chanun. It's about how you feel. When you feel happy, you draw happiness down from Hashem. When you feel down, you draw the opposite. What?
Even hard for people who are stuck in a rut.
Very hard. When you say people are stuck in a rut, you notice that most of us are stuck in a rut. That's what we are. That's when you say Ocher.
Yeah, some people don't even know these concepts.
Yes, very sad that we don't know these concepts. The sadder thing is when you do know these concepts and you don't activate them. So let's first and foremost worry about, now that you're learning the concept, let's worry about how to activate the concept. And then we can worry about how to spread the word around. Wouldn't that be great and amazing? Instead of sitting there and saying it's not fair, maybe it isn't fair, but what can we do about it is the bigger question. So here's the story. Everything in the world can be seen in two perspectives. Ocher, v'Kedem. And it's not that Adam was created that way, it's that you are being created that way every single second, every single moment of your life. You have a choice, Ocher or Kedem. If you choose to see Kedem, that means you're looking at every situation that happens in a positive light, and you're seeing it from a positive perspective. If you do that, you can activate the positivity, power of goodness. You be happy, you create and you elicit happiness. And try the opposite, God forbid. Hashem gives you whatever you are. That's how it works. Midah keneged midah. So what happens to us is in life, when we want to be successful, the way to be successful is by feeling successful. That's how. How do you feel successful when you're not? Answer is, you're never not successful. You are always successful. Why? Because at any point in time, you are Hashem's agent, Hashem's representative to change the world. You are here to make the world a space for Hashem. That's what you're doing every time. You're doing every moment of your life. So nothing happens to you, you happen to it. That's the key. Key is to be able to look at every single event that transpires in life and saying, what am I supposed to be doing, feeling, thinking, whatever about this? And you'll flip it every time. It's so tough. Never mind those who don't know this. Those who do know this, it's so tough. Because every time you think something's happening to you, it's not happening to you. The other day, last week, when I used a computer in my office, I needed glasses. For a whole week, I couldn't find my glasses. I had to look at the computer, like staring close to the computer and make it the size of, the font large. And it was driving me sugar. Finally, I decided to ask someone who I thought might know where my glasses are. And she showed me where my glasses were right away, except that they weren't in one piece. They were in two pieces, which wasn't bad. There was only just one thing over there missing because one of my kids decided to, So I got these glasses, one like that, and then piece of there. I'm putting it on. I'm like, oh man, now I got to go figure out how to buy glasses and whatever. I don't know, go online and find out. I don't know how to do that. So what a bother. So I'm like frustrated by it. That's called Ocher. I feel like something happened to me. I don't like it. Small little thing. Ocher. Then I think to myself, just 1 second. What do I know about things that break? What did I learn that the Baal Shem Tov says, what happens when something breaks? Why do things break? When something breaks, the Baal Shem Tov says, based on the teaching that everything is behashgacha pratis, everything happens by divine providence. So if something breaks, it didn't break. It means, says the Baal Shem Tov, that there are sparks in everything which need to be elevated. Your job is to elevate the sparks. When the sparks are done and there's nothing more to elevate, that's when the item breaks. It didn't break. It just finished its avoida in this world. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to put it back together if you can. But those glasses are not meant to be this way anymore. They're meant to be like this. So I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So the whole purpose of glasses wasn't really to see what I want to see, but rather to do this avoida of refining sparks. And I'm so excited and happy that I finished. I completed what needed to be done with those glasses. And now I have brand new glasses, which fit on one ear only. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this. Every moment, I get to choose whether I react or act, whether I'm negative about it or I choose to be positive about it. And what does positive mean? It's not fake positive. It's I'm going to change. Hashem is present in this. What does Hashem want now? Find what Hashem wants and express that. Every moment of your life, you get to do that. That's called Ocher and Kedem. So it's not a historical thing that King David is expressing in Tehillim, but rather it's a current thing that you're doing. You're flipping the script of your life every moment. Ocher v'Kedem tzartani. That's what you get to do, and that's special and amazing and incredible. So now what we want to see is, how do you really do that? How do you really change things? The only thing I control is my way of looking at something. So if you have an ambition in life, you want to be ambitious, what's the biggest challenge you have if you're ambitious to do something big? You don't control whether you're going to be successful and make money and build your enterprise and your family. You don't have control over that. What you have control over is the feelings you have on the way to do whatever you're doing. So the Tanya is all about how to control your feelings and your thought, speech, and action, rather. Because when you control that, you will see things about you change. You create miracles around you. Your feeling elicits a feeling by Hashem and creates the result. And through this, you can keep on doing amazing things in life. the key to changing and flipping from Ocher to Kedem, from backwards to forwards, from seeing things the right way constantly and never succumbing and falling. The key is going to be obviously davening. When you daven, you introduce Hashem, God, into the picture. The more you feel Him, the more you can change the things that happen out there. What I want to focus on today is one word. We're going to learn how to daven and be mindful of the switch from Ocher to Kedem. There's many things we can do. We're going to focus on one word today. The word I want to focus on is the word Asher. Aleph, Shin, Resh. What does Asher typically translate as? That. But as we know, the word Asher has another deeper meaning, and that is what? Lucky, fortunate, excited, happy. Me'ushar. I am fulfilled. I'm just happy. Want to be happy? We need to be mindful of the happiness to be happy. So let's think of some spaces, some places where we say the word Asher. Can you think of any? When do you say Asher? Simplest one is every time you make a bracha. Asher kiddushanim mitzvos v'tzivanu. L'hadlik ner shel Shabbos kodesh. Al netilas yadayim. L'hadlik ner Chanukah. Whatever. Every time you say a bracha, we'll focus on that. When else do you say Asher in davening? Besides Ashrei, when you say Asher. Asher yatzas l'adam b'chachma. What else? Asher. In Kiddush, very good. That's part of the bracha. It's like a non-bracha one. In Shema. When do you say it in Shema? Asher Adonai Mitzav Chayim. What does the word Asher mean over there? And every time you say it, we want to be able to think about Asher. It comes many, many, many times in davening. At the end of Shema, Ani Hashem Elokeichem, Asher Hoitzeisi Eschem Me'eretz Mitzrayim. Now, every time you see the word Asher, we want to be mindful of Asher. What's Asher? Happiness. Happiness happens when you think about it and you're mindful of it and you allow it to be expressed in you. That's how you become happy. So let's say you're lighting Shabbos candles. Friday night comes along, you're lighting Shabbos candles. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kiddushanim b'mitzvos v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner. What's Asher? Excitement. See, mitzvahs that are performed without being mindful, without the kavanah, without the alignment and inner intention, those mitzvahs are keguf b'lo neshama, like a body without a soul. The mitzvah you've done. If you lit the Shabbos candles, you did the mitzvah. If you washed the hands, you did the mitzvah. But the rabbis wanted a person to make brachas. And brachas, there's not just to say the bracha, but also to experience and to feel and be mindful of what is going on. That's the purpose of the bracha. How do you make a bracha? So I'm lighting Shabbos candles. I'm thinking to myself, let's go through the bracha. Baruch means draw down. I'm drawing down. What does that mean? I'm feeling the power of Hashem right now. I'm feeling that Baruch Atah Hashem means that Hashem is being revealed as I'm lighting these candles. So when I light the candles, what's going on? Yeah?
How do you feel that?
How do you feel what?
How do you feel that? Like,
How do you get that feeling? Well, let's say I want to feel connected to my child, right? If I don't think about them, I won't feel connected. If I decide, they didn't call me, I decide I want to think about them. So I'm going to think about this kid and I'm going to meditate about this child. I'm going to think, wow, I'm so lucky. Hashem, thank you for giving me this child. It's so cool. I'm so happy, Hashem, that you gave me this kid. The more I think about them and the more I meditate, it's much easier with a 1-year-old. If you have a 1-year-old at home, you just think about her, like so cute. And the more you think about how cute she is, the more love comes out of your soul. Right. Okay, so I'm going to show you another bracha. Another experience, besides Shabbos candles. When you give tzedakah, you give charity, what happens? Someone comes over to you and says, I need help. Can you help me? I need money. What do? First of all, you make a decision. You listen to what they say. So your brain processes what they just said. And then you think, you know what? I want to give you tzedakah. And you feel, your heart feels the need to give them. Think about it. Then you say, okay, I'm going to give you how much you need. And then you write the check or type the Zelle and you send the money. What just happened in that moment? What happened was, Tanya says this, the yad, the hand, the hand which dishes out money to poor people, has now officially become immortalized. You see, this hand is just a mortal little being. Every human being, one day, buried in the ground till Mashiach comes. And every human being, even while they're alive, they're not really real. But if this hand, which is not, it's just human, if this hand aligns itself and becomes a conduit to give tzedakah, then this hand has now officially become united with the divine. My hand became holy. Can you see that? Now, if you think about that and you meditate and reflect on that, and you say, this is so amazing. Wow. Because my life is absolutely useless. There's no point to anything I do. And suddenly I get to do a mitzvah. That's exciting. It's amazing to think about what it means to get to do a mitzvah. It's unbelievable. I get to do Hashem's mitzvah. And I'm bringing Hashem down. I'm revealing Hashem through the tzedakah that I gave. The more you think about that, the more amazing it is. When I light Shabbos candles, it's the same thing. Hashem wants Shabbos candles lit. And the only way to light Shabbos candles is through me lighting the Shabbos candles. So I'm going to be mindful of what's going on. Let's try the bracha. Baruch, I'm drawing down you. Ato, Hashem Elokeinu. Hashem is removed and he becomes my God. Melech ha'olam. Olam is concealment, right? Imagine you're going through a difficult time. So I'm just feeling down. Why am I feeling down? I don't know. I'm sad today for whatever reason. I feel very sad. Yes, I'm not denying it. I'm accepting that I feel sad. And now what? Now what I'm going to do is make the bracha, light the candles, and feel that Hashem is coming down and he's embracing me with a big hug. And he's saying, I get it. It's very tough. I love you anyway. Can you see that? I didn't take away the pain. It's just Hashem is coming down to me and saying, I love you. And you know what happens when you feel the love of Hashem? You suddenly get empowered to overcome the challenge. The only reason we can't overcome challenges is because we're feeling low and down and desperate and worried. But if you feel good, you can overcome anything. So Yosef was in a prison, in a dungeon, and what did he do? He woke up every morning and he said, it's a dungeon, it's not good. I'm frustrated to be in the dungeon, but I am an agent of Hashem. I'm excited to be an agent of Hashem. He flipped the script from Ocher to Kedem, Ocher to Kedem. Ocher means the dungeon happened to me. He said the dungeon did not happen to me. I happened to the dungeon. Hashem sent me over here. Loi atem shlachtem moisi heiron ki elekim. He sees Hashem sending me into this position. And you want to do that to keep your sanity every single moment, again and again and again. I draw down the essence of Hashem to become my God, to become real to me, to become king of all my problems. That's called Melech HaOlam. And then comes that key word, Asher. Asher is feel the excitement. Isn't it amazing to be able to light Shabbos candles, to be able to give tzedakah? Like I can do something that's real. But you want to think about that and meditate and reflect on it every time. Wow, how exciting and amazing it is to be able to fulfill the mitzvah of Hashem. You make a bracha on the Torah. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher bochar banu mikol ha'amim. Focus on that word, asher. What's asher? You don't be Asher saying the Maimer? Asher means the excitement. Baruch atah Hashem asher bochar banu mikol ha'amim. How exciting it is to be chosen from all the nations. I'm the chosen people. The more you reflect on that, the more you don't feel that things are happening to you, the more you realize life is amazing. What's the most amazing part about life? Now. That's what's the most amazing. This present moment. So I feel the frustration and the anger and the anxiety of the moment. I say yes. And Hashem says, you're awesome. You're my agent. And the more I feel that happiness, that simcha, the more I elicit that simcha by Hashem. So that's what Tanya is based on. Want to feel happy and that you're bringing Hashem down? Feel happy, that's how. So every time you make a bracha, you're mindful of the happiness of what it is to be me, to be a Jew. Now it's hard work, right? You need to learn a lot of Hasidic messages, like that Hashem creates the world every single second, that Hashem does not do anything bad, that you are part of Hashem, all those messages. You need to daven and think about them every day for an extended period of time called tefillah. And then as the day goes through, every moment of the day, you say, I'm feeling really sad. Ouch, that hurts. Wow, that person hurt me. I feel so hurt. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher. I draw Hashem down. I'm so excited to be Hashem's messenger into this world, yes, into this darkness, to light up the darkness, yes.
Where do I see the love?
The love, the excitement. Right? And what does it say? V'simcheha me'ushar. Me'ushar means fulfilled. That's the word asher. The word asher, as translated by Rabbeinu Hazakin, means excitement, fulfillment, happiness.
That whole means like Hashem gave me the power or as his agent but how does it mean he loves me?
Let's not say he loves me. Hashem, I am excited to be doing your work. Let's try this one. Watch. Let's see this one. Ve'ohavta, you should love Hashem with all your heart and soul. And then these words of Shema, which I just said, ve'ohavta, asher anoichi mitzav chayim. Translate? Not that I command you today, but rather the excitement, asher, that anoichi is I, Hashem himself. Mitzavcha means connects to you. Isn't that amazing? When you say Shema, anoichi, the Eibishter himself, connects to you. So the more you think about that, the more life becomes exciting. What's my life? My life is a manifestation of the divine. I am Hashem's representative right here on planet Earth. And the same thing, Ani Hashem Elokeichem asher hoitzeis yeschem mieretz Mitzrayim. Translate, what does it mean? I am Hashem your God, asher hoitzeis yeschem. This is actually a very powerful one. Watch this. Good for Pesach. Ani Hashem Elokeichem, I am Hashem your God. Asher.
Happy.
Why am I happy? Ani Hashem Elokeichem, that's why. Ani Hashem Elokeichem. You get it? I, Hashem, am your God. Asher, you become excited. You know what happens next? You are no longer in a state of limitation. The moment you start seeing the excitement of your life is the most awesome and unbelievable thing ever. You know why your life's so much fun? So exciting? Because Hashem believes in you, and Hashem vested himself into you, partnered with you. He placed the Chelek Elikam Mamish in you, and he gave you a mitzvah. And he said, I am not able to do this. The only thing I can't do is be you. But you could. And you think to yourself, I am Hashem Elokeichem. That's amazing. Hashem is my God. Hashem is my being, my inner being. That's who Hashem is. And that's the excitement of Hasher. Then you will never be in a state of Mitzrayim. You're only in a constrained state. You're only limited. You're only feeling stuck when you don't realize what you are. So here's what we're learning today. Every moment of your life is special, is unique. And when we don't plan our lives, meaning when we don't plan our reaction, then things happen to us, and those things can make us feel very low. Horrible. I feel so down. That's because this big, huge world is just happening to me. But David HaMelech says in Tehillim, that's all called Ocher. Nothing happens to you. Yosef HaTzadik was not put in a dungeon. He was given a mission by Hashem to be placed in a dungeon for whatever he needed to be there for, so that he can have bitachon and emunah in the most difficult situation and bring Hashem to a place where he never was before. That's called kedem. Ocher is, you told yourself a story. I'm supposed to be this. It's meant to be that. That narrative is what you live from. And when you live from that narrative, you can feel sometimes very down because it's so horrible. But if I switch to Hashem's narrative, what does that mean? I allow Hashem to control. Tough. Very tough. Hashem, you sent me into this world, and you want a neshama, a soul, to overcome the body and to change this world. You're doing it, Hashem. And I am focused on one word. So today, our take-home message, the exercise for the week, is every time you see the word Asher, use the word Asher to flip your script. That's the mindfulness of one word in the vocabulary of davening. It comes up many, many times through davening. Every time you see the word Asher in davening, what you want to think is how exciting it is, and you need to daven in the morning, at least, like you're going to take some time, a full davening in the morning, to think about all the messages that Hashem is ever present, Hashem is real, Hashem is vested in you, He's a part of you, He manifests Himself through you. And that is a privilege. And say, wow, Hashem, I cannot believe you chose me. I don't know why you chose me. I don't think I'm worthy of it, but you chose me. And Ani Hashem Elokeichem Asher. You're no longer in a state of Mitzrayim. You're only limited to the narrative that you're being told when you don't believe in yourself. Every time you say Asher, you want to think about the excitement and the fortune, the good fortune and good luck and privilege that you have. And that's what a bracha is. So bracha is small and davening is the big. What you want to do is take the big message. The big message is an Eibishter, is a God. God chose you, believes in you. And when you do that, what you'll discover is that Ocher flips the Kedem, and that flips the whole script of everything that goes on. Because whatever happens in life is all dependent on how you feel. And when you feel good about yourself, what you'll see is good things happening all over, all the time. Got it?